where trying to discover where I'm really meant to be, where my calling is, what I need to be aligned with. And in that regard, when I was at work today, a colleague of mine just started talking to me from nowhere, and then she was like, I think you fear too much and you kind of self-sabotage yourself. And what if you just walk into the path of your fear because there's actually nothing to lose? And at the same time, I was going through the course. It really made me think a lot. I feel like I'm still thinking and yet to figure things out.
Excellent, Shanice. Thanks for that. Those are the kind of responses that make, even if it's been a long day or you've had other things that are occupying you, you'll realize this is really, really important. This is life-changing. It's going to be career-changing. And today I want us to make some advances. Let's kickstart. This is a rejoinder or a follow-up of the team that's already undergoing the Monetize Your Passion curriculum. You must have gotten the workbook by now. And I just want us to go through the different aspects so that I highlight the best use. And we can feel this together as we go along. I don't want to tell you the story again. This has been my life. This has been my story. I have looked online. I've been online looking for tools. Okay, first of all, I have been looking for my passion. I've been looking for my purpose. Just a moment, I can save this here. I need to do something, just one thing. Yeah, there it is. So once I've done that, I can bring this back up. I have been looking for my purpose. Somewhere I knew I had a passion in talking, in training. I learned that in high school. So I was the student who Mr. Billy finishes teaching, I was in front, imitating him, making the class laugh. But the truth is, nobody knew that that was something natural in me and easy. And I didn't even know it could turn into money. So it took me a long time to discover that when I was put to teach something, it would come out so well. But it took me a lot of steps. I'm putting this for you in 3 steps, but for me, it has taken, I have subscribed to websites that are costing, hundreds of thousands of shillings, just looking for who can help me turn my passion into profit, until I discovered the missing piece, which is called the purpose. So today, if you allow me, we're going to deal with the 3 P's. Number 1, purpose, passion, and profits. Maybe you have read, let's start with a story. Maybe you've read of this man. How many of you read the attachment I gave? If you haven't, please take time and read that attachment on purpose. I shared 2 things. One is the workbook, but there's an extraction from the book. There's actually a full book called Monetize Your Passion. So we're working from the workbook so that we just implement the activities, right? And feel free to stop me anywhere if you realize I am too fast, especially in the answering and execution, because what I want to help you do is execute. So can I see anybody read? Let me see, maybe you could be raising your hand, but I'm not able to see it on the screen. So let me just look for that part here. Anybody read that excerpt I put on purpose? Can I see if anybody read that excerpt? It starts with an interesting story. Yeah, Michelle read it. Michelle, what do you think about the story of this man? It's a true story. The man who went to, all the heights of achievement. Okay. The guy is a doctor. He is respected. The guy has a life, if you will. The guy has money, if you will. The guy has a family. And I'll just tell you, all those things, they reaches a point where you need purpose to them. So while the book does not clearly bring out the purpose issue, but it is an important pathway. So this man, if you look at that story, it's a very sad story. He is struggling with another man on the riverbank, and the young man is asking him, Mzee, you have a very illustrious good life, a good career, you have all the money, your bank account is full. Why do you want to drown yourself? Why commit suicide? And the old man says, all these things I have done without knowing the why. My bank account is full, but my life is empty. There is an emptiness if you don't find purpose, I can tell you. And today, permit me to just tell you that purpose is the fundamental why that makes you stay. Write that down. I know you won't find that anywhere in any of those books, any of the things I have written. Purpose is the fundamental why that will make you stay. Stay with anything. So it doesn't matter what you choose to do. If it's in the line of your purpose, it is going to make you stay. Anybody picked what I'm putting down? Did that make sense? Let me hear your reflection. Okay, let me give you passion for the purpose of this video. Passion is what you love that seems like play. Okay, let's go over it again. What is purpose? Your fundamental why that makes you do what? Stay. You wrote that? Oh, please keep your nini open. This is conversation. Let's not make it a teaching. This is conversation. I want to have a feeling that I got my students here. What did I say about what did I say about purpose? It's the fundamental why that makes you stay. When things go wrong, what keeps, like, I'm so glad to see Abraham Machuki come back. There must be something you are looking for that keeps you going back, coming back and wanting to do it. There's something you're looking for. So that is what I want us to discover today. What is passion? It is what you love that seems like play. However, on Sunday, we gave a broad description of passion. But for now, let's say it is something that is easy. It is something that is natural. It's something that is effortless. Are you picking up all those three things I've said? How many things have I said so far? It's something you're curious about, but also passion for the purpose of this whole course entails as well the sum total of skills you've gathered. Maybe you've been trained something in banking, in sales, in nursing. Maybe you've been taught something in information security. That might, or we will bundle it here as an area of knowledge or a knowledge area. Are we okay on that? So let's go back to the definition. Purpose is your fundamental why that makes you stay. So when you see people dropping out, it means either they came for money, they didn't find their purpose. They came for profits. Okay, let's define the third thing, profits. Profit is what people see as value and they pay. I think I've done well. Let me have that reflecting on, can that bounce in your mind? Three important definitions that I want us to grow this, whatever our endeavor is with. One, purpose, the fundamental why that makes you stay. Passion, what you love that seems like play. Like when someone sees Andrew teaching, he thinks I'm playing. What about the profit? Is what is the value that now other people looking inside can see the value that I can create, and then they pay for it. So our big business in this entire course, don't forget those three words: purpose, passion, and profit. And we're going to look for the intersection where those three words connect. Why should they connect? If you just have purpose and you don't have profits, you can't expand your influence, and your purpose can't take off because there will be monetary implication. It makes purpose sustainable. Because a lot of the things in your purpose will need to be fueled by some resources. What if you just followed money and you ignored purpose? It would make it unfulfilling. You might end up at the riverbank. So we want to be sure that the ladder is leaning on the right wall before we take off. What about if you don't have passion? Passion simply makes the profits to be secondary, so that I'm doing it for love. On Sunday, I said, number one, you just need to show up. Number two, you need to play for love. What does that mean? Do it for the sake of you love what you do. So as we start today, please don't start on something you don't love. But also, don't love something that doesn't make money. Also, don't just love something that is not in your purpose. So I hope you get my burden. Can I get your reflection on what I just said? Abraham, did you think of something? I just want to hear it from you guys. Anybody, just a reflection on what I just said. Then I can move to the first part.
I can
Good
say,
evening.
Just go ahead, Abraham.
yeah, what I just got is whatever you work on must be something which is dear to you, that will guarantee that you have the drive to overcome obstacles and be able to go through it, because the journey may not be easy, but if you have that inner drive and whatever you're doing is dear to you, then you'll be able to make it.
All right, I like that. Somebody else would say something else? There was another voice, a
Good
second
evening.
voice. Who was that? That was Daniel. Go ahead.
What I'd like to say is that from what that I've gathered is that anything that I or someone does, he or she should find fulfillment, and at the end of the tunnel get value from what he's doing, or get profits now, as per se.
You guys you got it. Both of you are just on point, so that the process of finding purpose cannot be divorced from passion and from profits. Can I put it in another way? The process of finding profits cannot be divorced from purpose and passion. If anybody put you to work to learn without the person helping you to achieve your purpose, it becomes a job that drains you. You don't like it. It becomes a business. You struggle. And in the end, it will just be a matter of time. Does that make sense so far? Can I? Okay, you'll make this more interactive. You just need those hands, the thumbs up and things like that. It will help me to get this. So let's get some signs of lack of purpose. So today we'll put a foundation on purpose, and then I'll direct you to an exercise that I think a lot of you may have not attempted, and that's how we'll close it for today. Hopefully by now you have attempted. Let's just go to this exercise here. The rest of this you will read. The rest of this book, I gave it out. Let me just see if we can get to chapter 1. Who is in chapter 1? So by now, I know that, or I trust that a lot of you have already, that quote, we can leave it for now, have already done this first part. Let me just be sure that, did anybody have a problem with the 5-step passion discovery? I think this is a part we have done and done and done. So for this session, we will leave it. We will assume, unless there is a specific person who needs a little bit of explanation, I will take you through. But you just need to answer 5 questions. It shines a spotlight on things people would see in you that you are naturally good at. Done well category. Did you write something there, John? Can I see? If you wrote something in under done well, just put up your hand or do something. Just let me know. Or if you need me to yeah, I can see Michelle wrote that. So people have told you you are good at something. And Michelle, would you type for me what they said? Then Machuki Abraham, you will type for me something that that is disturbing you, an imperfection in the world. Because here is one of the things that can link you back to your purpose. It could be you were given the designs in your body to solve the problem. So it could be hidden in your frustration, your childhood. So Abraham, you'll type for me what is disturbing you in the world. Then who did not do, so that I don't ask you. And then, like for me, I get disturbed when I see talented people living below their potential. It might not disturb anybody else, but I'm made like that. That someone has gone to school and they are underpaid. It just sits wrong with me. Things, when they're not excellently done, it just disturbs me. What disturbs you, Abraham? Then John, or no, Daniel will answer, a skill you already have, something you're already doing. Write that, I'm coming back to read. And then Shanice, are you still here? Shanice will do, no, Polly, I don't want to refer to you as Polly M. Kenya. Would you please just give me your name, because this is a very interactive session. Something you are drawn to, where you go having fun, if it is videos. So I just want to see what you guys wrote on that. And that's the answer you're supposed to write. Don't make it complicated. And then Shanice will do for me, if money and time were not a problem, if you had everything. So just type for me. You can also, because I can read them, so just in case you're in a place you can't read, another person can just read for me what you wrote. Mudhoni Karibu, we're just continuing. So while you do that, the expectation is at least each of you has done that first part. So I want to lead you to the second part, and then the third part for today, and then we just close it. Then we give milestone for tomorrow. If you're able to do this part, you're good to go. Okay, I can see Michelle says, someone has told you you're good at teaching. That's right. I'm waiting for you guys to type. Mochoge says sales and marketing. It's something you're interested in, Daniel. Is that what you're saying? And then cyber skills. Is that what I gave you? So by now, if you haven't answered this first part, can you put up your hand? And if there's any hand that is put up, you can lower it. No, there is none. So that I help you specifically. This session is not just meant to teach, but it's also to help you catch up with the rest. So by now, John, what can you explain? Because you've not said anything. I just don't want to assume. You haven't written. Can you explain why? Unmute and just talk to me. What is the hand for? Mudhoni says, I'm drawn to tech talks and lots, especially on healthy body, mind, and spirit. So you can be going to wellness. Just write that down. John, go ahead. Okay. And
sorry.
Continue.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so I'm saying since I joined on Sunday, I didn't join again, so I'm behind maybe what you learned yesterday.
We didn't do anything yesterday, and you've been on the group, so we shared with the people who are willing to get the personalized training, the ones who joined the course online, and those who purchased this workbook that I'm showing. So all you are supposed to do is to just try and work out the workbook, and the parts that are difficult, that's what we are doing now. So if you didn't get the workbook, then we have to send it to you after this session. Just reach out, and I'll be able to share it with you. So you can just go on writing as we go along. Try to catch up.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but I think I like it that you have raised that concern, so that we don't leave you behind. But you guys are able to read what is on the screen? Are you able to read what is on the screen? Yeah, so let's move a little down. This one was not presented on Sunday. John, if you followed on Sunday, we just did something little about passion, that there are 5 Ds of discovering your passion. 1, I want you to write things that you have done well and someone has complimented you on. So John, you can just write that as I speak. Now, like me, I've been told I'm good at explaining difficult things, breaking it down. Somebody also say they are good at teaching. Number two, things that are disturbing you. That's the imperfections in the world. You have a deep desire to help these kind of things. Maybe you went through it, or it's something that just disturbs you. Like me, I said, it disturbs me to see people living below their potential. Number three, things you're already doing. Here we are putting the sum total of skills, of knowledge, of abilities, of talents. So you can just write anything you already can do, you already have done, you're already doing. Number four, things that you spend time on. I'll pause there for a little bit. Is there somebody who answered that number four to just unmute and tell me what you wrote?
Hello. So it's Daniel. So what I'm drawn to is especially mental health, and also I'm drawn to health and wellness. I love listening to podcasts, especially a podcast called the Brain People podcast. Yes.
Yeah, so there must be a reason why you are drawn to health and wellness. And finally, something you dream about. Shanice, you're to do this. If money and time, you had all the time, you had all the money, what would you like? For me, I would build a complex, a sanitarium, a school, and a farm where I can be running workshops and seminars and teaching. That's all I would like to do. I want to hear from you, Shanice, then I can move to the second part.
Andrew, I've written on the chat. Maybe you can read it.
I can read it, sure. I love the charts as well. So you said if money was not a problem, you would be training people in a gym, do modeling, look at that, design unique outfit, do research on healthy food, healthy living, create support group, counseling, therapy, and school for children, for middle class and rich to help them learn well and incorporate their parents in the school. Can I tell you something, guys? All you need to know is that these things you are writing are business ideas. You just need to know how to craft it. And the rest of my business is to ensure that that thing, we can reach out for it, grab it, bring it to the table, shape it, cook it, do whatever, add things to it, and take it out there to the marketplace. But before we start, we need to know that we're not just going out there to look for money. We are looking for purpose. We are not just looking for purpose, we are looking for passion. So before I move down, let me just add a little bit more. Write this down. This is not in any of the write-ups I've given you. Signs of lack of purpose. For I do not want you to find profit without purpose. I don't want you to stay with passion without purpose. Are you ready? Number one, you will feel frustration. You'll feel misalignment. You'll feel like something is just not right. You'll feel like you are a mismatch. Either you're put in a bank or you're put with electricity somewhere or with people. You just feel like, no, I need something more. Can I tell you, when I am teaching, I have just had a difficult day out there at Kenya School of Government. But when you ask me, teach people how to become their better self, energy just comes up. It doesn't matter what time of the day. On Sunday, some of you are wondering, why do you do these things on Sunday? You should be relaxing. It's because there is no disconnect with what I do. It's deep engraved. Another sign is boredom. I've never gotten bored with training. Another sign, you get drained because you don't have tools inside. Another one is unfulfillment. Unmet longing. So you can just keep writing. Then it will also lead to scarcity because that attitude is what you will bring to work. And that attitude will make you do the least. And that attitude will keep you from personal growth. You'll feel trapped as another sign. We talked about frustration, right? You'll feel like life is squeezing you. But when you get to your passion and purpose place, it will be a large place. Another sign is hopelessness. You'll feel a lack of meaning. And it is soul crushing. Let me tell you, when I walked into Jubilee Insurance to work in an insurance firm, It was torture for 5 years. I was paid, yes. But I can tell you, waking up Monday, I couldn't, we're going to do that thing again. It was bad. I hope you've read the story somewhere. Did I put the story somewhere? I think I'm going to post it in today's notes. So I'll be putting notes every other day. I'm going to post that story in today's notes, how my pathway into a mismatched work. So it's never all about money. So even as we start this, I don't want you to just stay with money as the object. I want you to stay with meaning as what we are looking for. Now, there's another problem with our world. Let's discuss this. Our world today has a lot of, it is sensory rich, but it is causal poor. That's a serious statement. I want you to roll it in your mind. Causal means we don't look for what is the cause of what we experience. So we experience something, discomfort. We don't look for the cause. We go to entertainment to cover it. Or we go to a distraction to cover it. It could be social media. It could be, in fact, even school, according to me, some school and some schooling, not learning, some schooling and some form of employment. I didn't say learning and some work, because work can fill up if it's properly done. Some school and some employment, yeah, I like the way I put it, are a distraction from asking the serious questions of why does your life exist? So that emptiness, some people substitute it with a job. Then they stay in the job. Then they arrive at 60 and they're like, hey, this is not what I wanted. I have wasted all my life. I have mortgaged it. And it's so bad. You guys have made the right choice to ask. These are important questions in good time. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Let me say something, and I want you to take notes on everything I'm saying today. This is me just being vulnerable. Purpose is freedom. In fact, some forms of employment are the worst slaveries I've ever seen, because you don't have time. Right now, someone is tired to work, or they are in the jam, or they don't have any time. I respect you who is able to say, I want something more. While money we will get, I can tell you, it will just take us about 9 days and you have some money coming. But the biggest part, the most difficult part, is the part I'm dealing with, called passion. So let me just hear what you have to say on the things that I've just dropped on you, as I plan to now take you through the second part, called advantages of clarifying your purpose. Can I hear from you? What are the advantages? There are certain advantages of clarifying your purpose. And if I were you, I would do this the earliest I can. I would teach it to my children the earliest I can. For me, I learned it late, but here we are learning. Any comment you can type for me. I would like to read your thoughts on what I just said. Anything that I said that was thought-provoking. Some of the employment, let me just repeat that. Some of the schools we go to are a total distraction. Some of the entertainment and the rounds of life we go through are to keep us numbed from, you just don't want the reality of, Maze, I am empty. I am not doing what I'm supposed to do. Do you agree, Caleb? Talk to me, Bana. Okay, advantages of clarifying your purpose early. Number one, you get your direction mapema. Okay, I can see some comments. I will read them. When you're on the right path early, can you imagine someone changing their career in between? Just imagine Diane being a doctor for like 20 years. Sasa ameiva is a doctor being looked for. Sasa anasema, me, this is not what I want. You want to throw all that in the river and say, I was supposed to just be a writer. Can you just imagine that? What a waste. So clarity is important. Number two, motivation and resilience. When you see someone, they are not able to put up with frustrations of chasing something, they don't know why. There is a grit and perseverance. There is an immersion of energy that comes when you know this is it. It doesn't matter whether you make money. So I want us to correct the idea that we're just looking for money. If you go looking for money in this program, I am telling you, You might don't replace this with your normal schoolwork. This thing has taken me many years. Diane will tell you it has taken me many years to build it. I have bought courses, I have read books. This is a final crystallization of a realization of the path that everybody should take, of the intersection of profits, of purpose, and of passion. Another advantage, meaningful impact. You get to upgrade the world. You do what you like. Value creation, service. So you're not just taking money into you. What are you doing for the world? What value? What do you want to see beyond your personal gain? And the last one, personal growth and fulfillment. These four things, I can tell you, are a good roadmap. Clarity, motivation, meaning, and personal growth. You can't replace that. If I give you something that you do and it's clear in your mind, if I give you something and you do it and you just wake up and you're every day motivated and it adds meaning to you, that's why we are here. And they said, you can also write this down. Your area of purpose is the largest room for improvement. Give me your reflections now. Can somebody unmute and just say what you think about what I've said so far?
Hello.
I have a thought. What if your passion is already a flooded field or market or something like that? How do
That's a
you?
good one. Mudhoni, that's a good question. What if your passion is already a flooded field? You need to keep that question until chapter 6, where you differentiate. Question: are there people who are trading right now? Flooded. Why would people come to listen to my training? I'll give you 3 reasons. 1, you have made your product remarkable. Remarkable means it goes out to the market and they are willing to make a remark about it. The way Mudhoni does her things, it's called differentiation. We'll come to that. I have a whole session to teach you how to do things in a different way that people are like, this is the one we want. But the second reason is this. Your area of passion is flooded, but they have never had it from your perspective. You have never flooded it yourself. There are things that are unique to you. There's a story that only you can tell. So sometimes when we mingle our work, our pursuit of profit with our own personal story, that becomes a brand. So nobody else has the story that Abraham has. So I'm going to teach you the skill of putting your story inside it, and someone will resonate. And then in between, we will say, how do we get just the right niche and the right audience for our product? That was a good reflection, Mudhoni. So let's move on with this quote. What was the last thing I told you? The last one I told you, the area where you have the largest room of improvement is in your area of what? Like if there's a place that you can grow biggest. I also said purpose truly is freedom. That's what Michelle said. But we have agreed that everything that inhibits personal growth inhibits wealth creation. So you can't say, I will create wealth, but I won't grow. I want to do personal growth. Nothing like that. And me, don't tell me about those things of, oh, you have to follow up, you have to work on this, you have to learn communication skills, you have to grow. Me, I just want the money. You are in the wrong place. If that is all you want, I can tell you, becoming a millionaire is not the hard thing. While the shining gold is good and everybody would want it, but becoming a millionaire comes with greater things than the shining gold. Including, it comes with exalted disciplines. Becoming a millionaire means you grow in your character, you become greater at presentation, persuasion, you have empowering lifestyle, you have a different way of showing up. You can follow through. And that is what will make the difference. There's somebody who will take this thing all the way to the end. They'll show up here every day. And you won't be shocked that those guys will make the money. Becoming a millionaire means you end up becoming a leader of your own life, a leader of your environment. And that's why people will start following you, because you will stand out. Modoni, another answer to your question. You will stand out as not someone who is just giving people product, but you are giving people meaning. When you give people meaning, they will follow you. So you won't be out there just looking for their money. You will be looking for the deepest frustrations they have. I have that in chapter 2. I hope one of you had checked that in chapter 2. So for today, let's just stay with purpose. It's important that I debunk this issue of purpose. Why do we say it's not the millions that's important? It's the millionaire that is important. The millions can be lost. But the millionaire has learned how to. He can redo it again. Can I say that again? What that means is this. If you develop the ability, you will go to the end with one passion and make profit. Because you know the path, you will come back and redo it again. You can create a second line of income, a third line, and you can go all the way to 8 streams of income. Listen, friends. The millionaire who is purposeful has made an extra million, and that million is the $1 million ability. It is called, he is living in his area of purpose. That guy is richer than the one who has just made millions on things he doesn't care about, things he's not passionate about. He just has the profit. So today, if you go home, 3 things must be tied in your mind. We are talking about how profits. Can somebody remind me the definition of profit? It is the value that people see and they want to pay. You remember that one? What about passion? The intersection of profits and passion. What is passion? What seems like play to you? What about purpose? It is the fundamental why that makes you stay. Please don't forget those 3 things. You can write them down. Let me add something here. When the millionaire has developed the ability of being a millionaire and is a servant, that increases in him the capacity now to even enjoy the process, enjoy the product, enjoy the profits, and in between, for him, he's just playing. He's just having a game, but money follows him. Wouldn't that be your life? Can we work on that one in these 2 or 3 weeks? I don't know how long this will take us, but I think I'm targeting, if we do 1 per day, in less than 2 weeks, we'll be done. So as the guy is enjoying value, he's also creating it. As he enjoys what we call the principle of best use, he is also a best creator. He doesn't just consume that he has gone to make money, but he stands and says, Mimi, I am the creator of monetize your passion. You just don't know how, like that thing feels different. Whether nobody pays me, that thing feels different. Okay. Let me ask you a question. A lot of you I know, you edify CEOs. When you hear someone has made money, you applaud them. Kiongos, you elect them to position. When you hear someone, and I'm not belittling a degree, a PhD, but nobody questions what was the path of reaching the top. Did he step on people's toes? Did he exchange for wealth other important parameters of life, like health, like family? So someone is in his 40s. He never got married. He was chasing a PhD. Honestly, my honest opinion, and I'm making a contribution to this world, so you'll allow it to be in my own statement. That person has missed the passion, purpose, and profit intersection. For purpose is holistic. It comes from the ground with everything. You don't leave one thing. You don't sacrifice one thing for the other. Good, guys. I think we can leave it there. So I'm going to give you how to discover your purpose really quickly, 7 steps. Then we go to the last activity, which I know is a big problem to many people. I can see Daniel is really enjoying that part. Okay, so we say way before you pay. Don't just start, oh, I'm going to med school. Then I'm becoming a doctor. Then I will do neurosurgery. And then you ask any average class 8 who is top in the country, they'll tell you they want to do neuro, but nobody tells them, is that purpose? They don't ask when someone reaches the top. And I'm not saying you don't get all these accolades, but the path through it. So I want you to reorganize your thought process, that we are creating the man. We are not creating the money. When the money is created, I am telling you, money will flow. Do you agree? So let's do that quickly. Then we go and answer the last part. The second part is quite easy. I'll just highlight it. Are you okay? Are you ready? Any comments so far? Honey, you want to say something on this session? I want to give you the 7 steps that I use to discover my purpose. Mudhoni, you have a good question. Isn't purpose changeable? I'm going to answer that. As we do exercise 3, there'll be an answer to it. But write this down quickly. This is not in the books. They're not in the write-up. That's why we do these videos. That's why we do. There's the man that teaches. I am actually the course. It is not those papers I sent you. So it's not the papers you are purchasing. It is a mentorship so that I help you orient well. Start with correct motive. Start with correct, direction. And the correct direction here is, while we'll be looking for profits, okay, we'll be deploying it through passion, okay, but the solid base, the foundation is purpose. I have taken time to explain this. Is it clear? Does everybody here feel I need to discover my purpose? Can I see anybody wanting to discover their purpose? 7 steps, write them down. 7 steps to purpose discovery. So we'll do number 1, a reflection on your own design. What does that mean? You see, this is a charger. There are many things this charger cannot do. Why? Because of its design. It is so limited. And there's also something called the principle of best use. Principle of best use is you study the way something is, and then you can understand, here I can put this for electricity, here I can add a cable, and then it becomes a charger. It can't be a charger if it doesn't have that hole. So there are people who force themselves to charge. They don't have a hole, so they have poked everywhere, and there's even no current inside. So step number 1, listen to me. Reflect on your design. Look at the things that naturally occur in you. Personality, traits, inclination. Do you know some people tell me when they go to do public speaking, their jaws hurt? Me, I don't know what that thing is. If you give me another 5 hours, I'll just keep talking and talking because I am designed that way. There's another one. She's my wife. When she talks to people for a long time, she gets tired. How do you get tired talking to people? I don't. I get recharged talking to people. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Now, quickly, each of you, type for me answer to number 1. What is your natural design? The things you do easily. Then I go to number 2. If you don't write, I'm not going to number 2. Number 2, what are your natural talents? And I use the word natural here. That doesn't mean they can't be unnatural, because there are things now you can do, but they are learned. But even though you learned them, they come out easily. They look like play. So write for me that number 2. Number 3, things that you could invest time in. You can see like this is almost like the first part, but here we are actually now looking inward. Okay? Things you're persuaded about, things you are passionate about. That's the word. Deep passions. So how many things have we written so far? Please just write the topics down. You can go and fill it up later, number 1. And I'm going to put this video later so you can just draw back to this point. I don't know which minute is this. This might be the 40th minute and we are about to be done. You can come back and just answer the 7 questions. Passion discovery, design, reflect on your own design, the things that easily occur in you, traits, yeah, or inclinations, if you like. Reflect also now on number 2, natural gifts, things that are play to you. Number 3, interests, passions, persuasions. So that's why we go back to the first exercise we did of those things you've done well. Okay, we had them here. Number 4 again, frustrations, burdens, pains, disturbing. We just go back there. Nothing new. But now, in this in this purpose discovery, remind me, number 1, if you wrote something, number 1, what are we looking for? Just seeing if my audience is awake. Number 1, what are we looking for?
Natural design.
Natural design. Number 2, what are we looking for?
Talent.
Natural gift and talent. Number 3, what are we looking for?
What you could invest your time in, the interest and passion.
Interest. Let's pick that word, interest. Number 4, what are we looking for?
Frustrations, burdens.
Okay. So at number 5, you connect 2, 3, and 4 to a problem. And that's what I want us to do now. And then just write number 5, just write it like that, but the workbook gives you a way to connect them. Connect your natural gifts, your interest, your pains and burdens. Connect it to a problem. Are you able to get a problem that it can solve, or a problem that it can alleviate, something like that? Are we together there? So just write that number 5, because we're going to do it back in the worksheet. Number 6, I want you to envision your ideal contribution and impact in the world. So you're going to write that. Because purpose is always outward facing. Purpose is not for you, for me to become rich. There's nothing like that. Purpose is, what is your ideal contribution? If I was given time and life, what do I want to contribute in this life? Like for me, I want to make a contribution in the body of knowledge. I want to correct certain things around how people, do their life. And then number 7, I want you to articulate this into one purpose statement. All the things that I've talked about from your design, like I love talking to people. I naturally love to explain concepts to people. My natural gift is training and talking. I'm interested in, you can see it's one thing, but it can be many things. So articulate it into one sentence. Now, I know some of you are like, Andrew, must I just do that right now? Because it is hard to the brain. It must be hard. So hold on to that thing. If I were you, I would just write the 7 steps, try scribbling something and let it rest. In the morning when I wake up, go back to it again. Write it and send it to me. I would like to know. Just send it to me, because you will realize that you have a unique design which you can use to solve a problem through the things you are interested in. Those are my attempts in helping you to discover your passion and your purpose. Look also at the knowledge you have gathered. It can be a fuel. They say, this is, I picked this from someone. Jim Quick says, this is Jim Quick, I don't know who said it, that life is the C between B and D. So B is birth and D is death. C is the choices. So I changed that. I said, life is the C between B and D, where B is still birth, D is still death, but C is the calling. So life, let's say that together. Let me see if you guys are following. I am done. So let's just answer the last 2 parts. Life is the calling between birth and death. So let's go back and link that together. Let's go back to the, you can now see my screen. So in first part, we did all that together. 1.2 now brings you to synthesize into one statement. You take all the things you've written up there. You can also add the things that we have added during the purpose discovery, and you want to look for how they come together into one core. So what I want you to write here is, what are you passionate about? Empowering people. Write it in terms of service. Write it in terms of what you're going to give out. Write it in terms of something you're good at. So I want you to just, these are the things you do early morning. This is not something I want you to rush out to, especially that part. But even if you're not able to answer 1.2, we will still be able to proceed. However, 1.3 introduces 5 attributes of a purpose. Guys, listen to me. I kept this for the last because it's the most important. You can't say, this is my purpose, and you can't trace it to God. You know, God is the one who made us. So purpose is God-given. So you don't go manufacturing it. Now me, Abraham, I've just decided my purpose is going to be, no. That's why you want to connect to God. Somebody said, in just about 3 years from today, AI will be your best doctor in the entire world. It will be like this AI will be better than the best doctor, better than the best lawyer. There will only be 4 jobs that will be left that AI can't do. Can you guess which 4 jobs those ones are? Or 4 offices. If I were you, I would want one of those. And I've discovered one of them. Can I share it with you? And I don't share this kind of information everywhere. This is inside. You don't want that one. So that you get a line. Something that artificial intelligence cannot do. It is called being connected to the Holy Spirit. Getting heavenly downloads. And one of the things I know God would love to reveal to everyone is why he gave us life. So let me tell you, even though I can come here and tell you, oh, do 1, 2, 3, I don't know why you were created. The guy who created you, go talk to him. Because passion is God-given. Purpose. Number 2, it is gift-driven.
It's 21 hours.
That time is out. So what I want you to look for is, can you talk to God and just come and answer this part? Maybe God is telling you, that's not something I can even answer for you. There's a way he created you. Can you trace it back and just ask him, God, why did you make me to love children? Is there something you want me to do? And let him talk to you. Number 2, gift-driven. Are there gifts that you can use as levers for that purpose? You know, trees don't struggle to grow roots. Trees don't also struggle to grow fruits. Why? It is inside, like there's a genetics inside the trees that just produces fruits. And when they produce fruits, there is no day you've seen a mango tree in the market selling mangoes. Said, you guys, tumetoka Ukambani mango trees, eh? You get the joke. Mango trees have come from Ukambani. We've come to sell mangoes. Why? Their business is just produce mangoes. People will come for it. That's all we need to do. Inside you, it is only human beings that disenfranchise themselves because we don't look inside and see. When God released you from his hand, he put in you something enough for you to survive. I'm going to do a risky equation here, and I want you, let me just remove the screen. Let's do this together with you. Any of you was on here when I did the masterclass on Monday? Can I see your hand if you are here on Monday? On Sunday, last Sunday, you are in the masterclass. Good. Let's do some maths. How many people did you see at maximum entry? How many people did you see joining? I got 100 people. They went up to 100. At maximum, they got to 100. Mudoni saw 92. So let's just do 100 because that's a good approximation for mathematics' sake. Okay? So suppose I put all my energy in helping all these 100 people to make 100,000. This is hypothetical. Let's just do the hypothesis, Abraham. Unapiga hii hesabu na mimi. Let's just do the math. Suppose I can help all the 100 people to earn 100,000 shillings per month. I have not added showing them their purpose, removing them from debt, but they're just able to earn 100K per month. The question is this: can each of those guys pay me 10,000 shillings out of the 100K? Yes or yes? You guys now don't want to answer. Or you went. They can. Okay. Do for me the math of if I led them through 1 month and I showed them how to make the 100K in that month, because it has worked for me, I just need to teach it to you. So you tell me, how much money will I be earning from the 100 people you saw on Sunday? Do for me with the math. How much money will I earn? Because I want to explain to you why God, when he released us, he gave us enough gifts, honestly, according to me. And I'm not downplaying school, because school is what made me to learn how to speak. What I think is this: if school helped us to discover our passion, we would be untouchable. When we came from God's hand, there is a gift that God put in us, which is enough to feed us, to build our empires, and we don't have to grind for anybody any extra mile. You guys don't want my mathematics of 100 people just paying me 10,000 shillings. It is a hypothetical mathematics. Oh, John, it went to 1 million. Can you please unmute your Nini? I want to finish this with just us talking. Let's just have a conversation. Just unmute your microphones if you can have a talk. Who is this who has done 100,000? Michelle, sabu rahisi kama hiyo imekushinda. 100 people times 10,000 redo. Wewe umefanya unapata retake sahi. Retake. Umepata ngapi? Change your figures. So honestly, let me just tell you, if I woke up and put all my efforts in just ensuring these 100 people, they earn their 100,000 in this month, will I get my meter? Where a meter here is 1 million. I will, isn't it? But look at what Andrew is doing. On this other side, Andrew is just playing. Do you see it is a play? So tell me, do I need to be employed? Do I need to, now it is Monday, work again? Just answer. If you get that inspiration, then you're in the right journey. Kama hauioni, there are many things to do online. Don't waste your time here. All I want to do is to walk with you that path. I want you to be the one person of the 100 that I can help to make 100K. Can I see your hand? If you are that one person, and I don't just want hands here. If you're going to be that one hand, you will finish for me exercise and chapter 1, all of it. No argument tonight. Very good. Daniel, you're one. I want you to finish for me. If you are, I want you to finish for me chapter 1. Me, I'm done. Is there any question? You will find that I want you to check what gifts do you have, because passion is also directed. Mudoni, you asked this. Let me just run through this quickly. Directed means it can be honed by commitment and discipline into profitable direction. So it's not just something that just exists there. I will always teach. No, there's a day I would stand up to speak. My brain sits down. Purpose is service directed. If you load in your first template, I want to help people. I want to deliver value. I want to solve a problem. I want to create a product. Don't start with, I want to get money. You'll be frustrated. Does that make sense? Then purpose is also dominant. That means it's a skill that grows and covers every other thing, like the stone that hit Nebuchadnezzar's image. It grows and takes, it becomes your major specialization. So it's not like you are doing too little, dismal, many 1,000 things. Unauza njugu huku, sijui tena umeenda unasoma theology, umerudi tena, now you are a sign language translator. No, it is one thing, and then you deepen it and you become a master. So that's another dimension of purpose. So I want you to ask yourself how your passion connects to your dominant theme. Then it's also adaptive. So today you can say, okay, I am a teacher. Tomorrow you start by teaching youth. Then over time you realize, by the way, I think I do so well with children. You keep shaping it and God will show you. Today I want to pray for somebody here. to finish only chapter 1. I will spend all my time with you here. Kesho, tomorrow, we'll read what you have done in chapter 1. And if you're watching this thing online, I'm going to put a link where you can access the workbook that I've been showing here. Just fill up for me chapter 1 of this workbook, and let's meet tomorrow to continue until you see the profit. I will open it up for a few questions before we close it, because we are done with today's session. I want you to just get to this part, chapter 1 only. Tomorrow, we shall come to dreaming your passion. Thank you, and God bless you. I'm going to take your comments now. I have some. Can purpose change? That's a good question, John. I said it is adaptive and dynamic. That means you don't know all of it at the beginning. In fact, the first time I started, I thought I would be a politician. But it doesn't change. It is just there. It's only that the process of discovery might be a bit, it's not so certain what this will turn out to, but there are indicators, there are things that it is pointing you towards. So I really love that question. Is there any other question? If there is, Shanice, go ahead, ask the question now.
When you were talking about the seven steps to discover your purpose, and then there was this part of connecting the previous ones, the 2, 3, and 4. How about when each question kind of feels like is a different theme?
Yes.
You get to connect that.
Okay, so you are thinking of how to connect it, and then you're also asking, what if each of those questions fit as a different theme? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Both those two. I'll look at each of them, and that's good thinking. You notice when the course opens up, it opens by spreading those things as different themes. It asks you something you are drawn to. It asks you skills you're already doing or you already have. It asks you things that are disturbing you as different themes. You notice that? Then those who are passions, then we turn to tell you these things you are talking about. If you look at them with a light of focus, if you collect all of them together, they could be pointing you towards a certain design. They could be pointing you to a certain competency, a natural ability, or a service that you are well fitted to provide. So that's the direction I want this thing to point. When it comes to purpose, we want it to crystallize into one full theme of a statement. Like if you look at are you able to, can somebody read my chart? Let me see if I can come closer. Can somebody read everything on my chart? I'm just that logo. I know I can make, can you read that logo loudly? The art of building, then down there is what?
It is excellent, abundant life.
So that's where we are headed with this story of passion and purpose. We want you to be clear about why you do what you do. So, okay, I am training, but why am I training? For people to have excellent, abundant lives. Any company you walk into that is serious, they have a mission and a vision. Is there one word that can help you know why you exist? This for me, it is. It's not, I am building lives. So anything I'm going to build that will help people become better, to live better, that's me. Does that make sense, Shanice, now? So why we are not looking at them as different, why we are focusing it is so that we have a central theme, an area around which I have natural skills for, I have gifts for, I have liking for, I have interest in, and I want to serve in. So I hope we can work step by step. And this is something that for me, it has taken, maybe I'm still even discovering, who knows? But at least it has taken shape. All I want you to do is, while we look for profit, consider that at the back of your mind, we also want to answer a question of why do I exist? I'm going to allow each of you. Shanice, did I answer your question?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. I'll give each of you a round of a microphone, and let's just go in order from Abraham. You'll be followed by Caleb. So just unmute as I speak. Daniel, so that we don't have that, because we are recording this thing, it's good to just have a seamless talk. So that if Abraham is not there, Caleb picks it up. Daniel, Diane will be the last one. John will look at Diane, then Michelle, then Mudhoni, then Shanice, back to you. Your comments on the section, any question, and tomorrow now I expect us to do chapter 2, and then you bring it together. It was that easy. Just define your passion. Abraham, can we all unmute so that we just move through? Caleb, in case Abraham is still looking to join to speak, maybe he's still working on something. And then Daniel will follow next. And for those of you out there, yes, Caleb, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. There's a book I was reading, and the title of the book was saying, died at 30 and buried at 70. And it talks about purpose. Some of us, or some people have died without getting buried in terms of defining their purposes. They have never known their purpose. They live moving around and they don't know what they want. Purpose is like a direction or a pointer. It gives you where to focus on, where to channel your energy, because if you divide your attention in a number of things, you end up doing none of them in a perfect way, in a good way. Yeah, so from the session, I've realized we need to bring it down to the point where we are able to know what we can focus on and what we can channel all our energy and the power God has given us to achieve what He created us for.
I like that. Can I use your title for this video and I'm going to post it? Abraham, are you now ready to speak? There are people who are just postponing. They are just afraid of funeral cost, but they are dead. Daniel, can I hear from you? And then we go to Michelle. Let's just make a brief comment at the end, your reflections of the session. What are your thoughts, just your feedback? I need your aha moment. What took your attention today? What's that one thing you're going to work on? Even a commitment that you will finish for me chapter 1. That's all you can say as we go down. So we're on you, Daniel, then Michelle, then Mudhoni.
Okay, thank you, Coach, for the session. The session has been wonderful. So far, so good. I've picked some things here and there, especially reflecting on my own design. That is one thing that is interesting to me today. And on the feedback of the session, I'd like to request that we time is challenging to me. So when we extend a little bit, it's up on my schedule. So, and even sleep time and screen time. So I request for tomorrow, at least by 8:45, we can begin this session of questions and feedbacks, so that by 9 we are done.
That's good feedback there, because we want to keep this within that 1 hour. We will be logged in good time, so I'll keep that for you. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for the session. I think I've found this class or session to be timely for me. Since the beginning of the year, I've been looking at my life as recently graduated, and I came to discover that as from a child, we have been taught on how to take other people's thoughts and not to think for yourself. So it really pains me that I have never been taught how to think, but just to reflect on what people say you need to think. So you just reflect other men's thoughts and you don't think. So I'm really interested and I'm having a good time reading. I read a lot of stuff, and so it has been a journey for me about discovering my purpose. And I think this class is going to make it to go on another level. So I'm really happy about it. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Let's just go quickly. Anybody can talk to the part of if you found any difficulty. Are you now clear on what you're going to do with the workbook? As we go right along, I think we have two more people. Mudoni, Shanice.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. This was good. I still have problems with activity 1.3. My mind is not processing what I'm supposed to do, but it's been good. I have lived as one who has been driven by purpose and passion, but I didn't care. I'm the only Kikuyu who doesn't care much about profit, but it's definitely needed if I'm to survive in this planet. So that's why I enrolled for this class, to just turn this so that I don't only live by faith, I can now actually do both.
Excellent. I like what you said. 1.3 is supposed to be the way it is. It's not supposed to, there's no real feedback that I want from 1.3. It's a realization and a reflection point, so that it helps you to see that all these things we are doing to help you find that one statement. Yeah. So while you say gift driven, what is this thing that can be gift driven in my life? Okay, so you can write a prayer there. Lord, show me my purpose. Okay, service, Lord, or just right there. This is how I can deploy my purpose for service. Write the service. So look for the connection of purpose with what you have with the attribute in there. Is that clear a bit? I can see your hand going up. Excellent. That's why this session is important. Sometimes you can think it's clear, but it's not. So who have we not heard from? Shanice?
I've liked the idea of you saying that go back to your creator and get your design. I feel like this is just like a guiding light, but it's really a challenge for me to go back to the one who designed me, to give me the blueprint and the plans that he has for my life. And then also challenge accepted to do the assignment. And then the other thing is, so we write the answers and share to you,
Yeah, good question there.
or we write whatever we write and then we share to you.
Yeah, why I would like you to write is, this is something you will do iteratively. So let's say you reach the end, you created a health product, you sold it, you made money. So you'll be like, oh, this one was solving one problem, and it solved a problem now in another population. So you go back to the start and then you launch again a second time. So I want you to chronicle your journey. Why you must write is so that you have a trace. Why you will send it to me is so that I can give my feedback, especially the part that I want you to share with me. The rest you can keep for yourself. The part that I want you to share with me is 1.1. This one, everyone must share this first part. Is that okay? This one I want you to share with me. So you can rewrite it in a text. You don't have to take pictures of this, but just write. You can say disturbing, give the answer. The doing, give the answer. Because I want you also to gather the mastery of, if we got something to do, you actually do it. So I don't know what is the best way of checking that you've done it, except if you can do and send to me. That's okay? Dan has logged out, and I just want us to pray and close. Is there, if there's any question, let's raise them on the group so that we keep this short and interesting. Abraham Machuki, we appreciate your contribution early, even if you didn't speak towards the end. I know there could be one or two things, and you are a good audience. Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this session, the important triple subject of purpose, passion, and profits. I pray today as we lift our hearts, wanting to know why you gave us this life. I pray for my hearers that this transaction will happen between heaven and their hearts, that you will whisper that which is God-given purpose for them, and the tools you have put in their hands will help them make this great discovery. Give us the diligence to finish up the assignments that are left and help us with wisdom as we move to the next parts. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys, I'll let you go. I need to talk to the team that is watching this, maybe for the first time, or you're watching this online on YouTube, or this video has been forwarded to you. We'd like to let you know that the workbook is available. I will put a link down on this video so that you can get the workbook and you can just work along. If you want to also join the course, I also put a link. With that, I hope you get to discover your purpose, enjoy the process, and make some profits and be passionate. Bye-bye.